What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action sporting in the bottom of the map in the green color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Squash. His partners today in the purple color, playing as Ra. His name is Gold Lion, and finally rounding the team out in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Player. Together they make the team Fade 2 F2 for short. Their opponents today in the yellow color, playing as Ra. His name is Mechanics. His partners today. Whoa. We're circling back to that. We are circling back to that. His partners today in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Demantis. And finally, rounding this team out in the sky blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matrius. And together, they make the team UCA. And it is the Uncrappables, for those of you wanting to know. What that means, I'll leave that up to you. But we've got ourselves a mirror match here in game number 2. Game number 1 was absolutely insane. I have no more words. I have no words for how good that game was. If you didn't see that, if you're just joining now and you didn't see game 1, go back, do yourself a favor, put on some popcorn, and just enjoy, because that was a masterpiece. But we're in game number 2. We're on the map Alfheim, and things are going to be crazy here. We have a mirror matchup. We got Poseidon, we got Ra, we got Hades. We got Ra, we got Hades, we got Poseidon. So it's an exact mirror matchup on the map Alfheim. This is possibly the first top level game we're going to be seeing with no Loki in it, which is a very, very big surprise to me. Not only no Loki, but no Atlantean as well. This is what the top players believe is the best gods for this map. This is literally what the top players believe the best gods for this map are. And, well, looks like my tier list was just absolutely wrong. So we'll see how things are going to go here. Both of these Ra players probably going to be doing relatively similar build orders here in this game. We do see some Hunt actually getting grabbed here by Gold Lion. Now, we see Hunting Dogs through for Gold Lion versus Mechanics here, who's gone for Husbandry first. Now, I am partial to the idea that Ra players, if they can hunt, they should hunt. And the reason for this is that if you can get to the heroic age without raining, without farming, your timing attacks hit like a truck, or your boom is significantly bigger than your opponent. So you have to decide exactly what you want to be doing with that type of a timing attack, or boom. But if you hunt, you do have an advantage here. So we'll see if that does translate in this game, because we've got a very big clash of styles here between the Mechanics and the Gold Lion Ra in this game. Following on from that, Player dropping his temple over here. Thank you for the prime Grundle punt. Appreciate you, my friend. As Player here, he's just going to be making his base nice and safe. This has to be a boomy game. If I was playing this as Player, I would be considering an immediate 3 town centers. Same too from Squash here. It's a huge map. You've got not much hunt on the map. Losing early here is not really going to be a thing that happens, as we do see the villagers are ready on these on this wood and gold here in order to get that second town center. But look at this. Matrius and Squash are both advancing at roughly the same time here. But Player here, he's going later. He's going up through Athena. He goes for a 5-minute. And we also see Demantis going for a 5-minute here as well. I wonder if this means we're going to be seeing a couple more town centers coming out here. So we'll see how things will be going as this game continues along. We do see a cheeky Theseus coming in, but the relic has been picked up over here. Matrius had his eye on it, and he's going to be like, no, it's not there. That relic's actually huge. It's the Eye of Horus plus 2 town center population here, as the Theseus will be potentially getting a little bit of harass here onto Squash right now, and we'll see how things are going to work here as the villagers retreating away. Squash going to be pulling. This villager is going to be taking a lot of damage as beautiful micro there by Matrius as he gets one villager kill in the early game. Nice play there, beautiful play by Matrius. A little bit of an unfortunate pathing for Squash there, but a first blood has been drawn, and Matrius is going to be happy about that one, and he's going to be pulling back. Looking at this relic, he does have the Thundercloud Shawl there to grab back to his own town center, which isn't going to be a bad idea. Thank you for the tier 1 Justice Beaver. Appreciate you, my friend. As the town center is coming down now for player, the town center over here for mechanics, and the villagers for Demantis. What are they doing? Where are you guys going? They're going over to this hunt. All right, that's fair enough. Why not? Why not hunt that? Makes a lot of sense. Demantis Town Center just about up. Matrius does win the Town Center race, just barely there compared to Squash. It's not really going to end up all too big of a deal here as the heroes coming through onto this position, searching around, looking for something to do here. Vault of Erebus coming through as well for Demantis really, really early here. I love that as the rain is now getting dropped by mechanics super early here. Do we see some farms up for Goldline? No, we don't. Goldline is really late actually here to the classical age, but look at this. Look at this. 3 town centers for Goldline. Goldline knew what he was doing. He knows that this is a boomy one. He's in the pocket. He's going to be living the dream here. As we also see a cheeky granary attempting to get put down here by player as he's got an idea of coming through here, but there is a Minotaur already in here as player is going to be getting headbutted away first here as gets one shot, and these fights with the Minotaur are always so hilarious as Mechanics comes through with his Wadget as well to help defend this one. Girdle of Hippolyta sitting over here. His player's got his eye on that one there to grab for himself. So we do see the hero coming through for player as well. He's going to be attempting to hit these villagers off, and Demantis' long trek here might not have been the best idea. Potentially, Mechanics might want to bring a Pharaoh or something over here to deal with that Ajax, but for some reason, Demantis has no units over there just yet. But look at this. Goldline is going to be absolutely huge in this game. He's already got himself 16 farms. He's pumping villagers out like a madman. His armory coming up over here as well. He is going to be so big here. Now, the question is going to be, when will he reign? And will Squash be thinking about getting himself a 3rd town center here or not moving forward in this game? Same too for Matrius here, as the houses are coming through at this point. I think F2 is just from the immediate onset, like anything can happen in this game. Don't get me wrong, there is going to be a potential for a timing here from UCA with their Ra, because he's got he's on 2 town centers, so he technically should hit the heroic age before Goldline, but I don't think it's going to be by that much. If anything, it'll be by like 45 seconds here. Once this armory is up, I think he should be able to get able to advance pretty much immediately. But the timing has to hit really, really early here from Mechanics. So I would assume the best way to play here for Mechanics is going to be to drop a siege works immediately, and then drop the Migdol Stronghold after that. Make 3 siege towers and maybe shifting sands onto Squash. Force the ceasefire, and then have Matrius being helping push him up after the ceasefire is clicked, because Goldline's 1 whole minute behind here to get to the next age, so going to be having a difficult time of it there. Player does get himself 3 town centers though as well, so F2 have just got the economic advantage going forward right now. So the question is going to be, when does Demantis grab this? He's grabbing relics, just living the dream here. Wedged Eye here as well as the Head of Orpheus. Actually not a bad relic to grab there. Head of Orpheus gives the extra 8 building line of sight, and the Wedged Eye gives negative 10% myth unit train time there. Or not train time, cost. So Demantis can make a ton of those Colossus later in the game, as the Hippocon going to be looking to move in to Squash's base. As Squash is just saying, I don't care. Let me just get my armory. I don't even think he's got... Well, he does have a handful of stables here, but Squash can just get himself watchtowers here if he wants, and be completely fine, as Matrius searching around this base trying to find some stray villagers, but there are no stray villagers here whatsoever. As the house is coming up here for Goldline, a little bit on the delayed side, as we will be seeing the Migdol Stronghold coming through for Goldline here in this game. Apollo very, very fast coming through for Demand. As what's the plan here? 2 town center, fast Mythic, potentially straight into the underworld with a Heliopoli or something like that. Could be really, really strong, as we do see Mechanics trying to move forward, grabbing this town center for himself. He is behind the Hades at this point. The Hades is going to be having a very, very strong time of it right in this game. Hades, if you aren't following up on the meta recently, Greek has been beating Ra in the late game, even in team games of recency. When the Hades player gets allowed to boom, it seems to be that way. As the cavalry are going to be breaking down this gate over here, a handful of units going to be coming through. Effectively, all player needs to do is hold here, and he should be okay in this game. And we'll see how well he's going to be holding, though, because the cavalry do beat these Hippocon very, very heavily here in this game, as these raiders are still trying to look around this map, trying to find something to do. As we do see Goldline now, he is moving forward, and look at that, Hephaestus coming through for Demantus here. He throws the fortress up, and he's a man after my own heart. This is going to be the Blitzkrieg. This is going to be the Blitzkrieg, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to see it. He's going to be having Colossus. He's going to be having Fortress. He's going to be having Heliopoli. He's going to be casting his Underworld somewhere, and he's going to be putting max amounts of damage onto his opponent here, as Matris still running around this map looking for something to do. Matris, for some reason, in a very, very weak position here. We see the third town center up for Squash now, as Squash is motoring ahead. His farms are coming down. Just look at the farms. This is what beautiful farms look like, guys. Learn from Squash. Make your farms beautiful. As the Matris units here getting taken down. We do see Curse getting dropped on this position, as the cavalry have made their way into player's base, but player's just going to continue to play this one defensively. However, wow, player, he has not got the units out to deal with this. Mechanics is going incredibly hard onto this fight, onto this town center here. He's already got 3 siege towers here, and player is not holding here at all. He's made a drastic mistake here in this game and not made any units here whatsoever, and player has to pull back. He's trying to retreat all of his villages away and mount a defense elsewhere, as the Locust gets dropped through here. But the villagers, they're going to be able to sneak through this little gap here. That's so unfortunate for Mechanics. He thought that was a beautiful Locust, but it just doesn't work out all too well. There's the Plentyvault. There's the archery ranges. Are we going to see Gastrophedes coming out here? He's immediately making Heliopoli. No, he's going for Toxotes. Toxotes, Hoplites, Heliopoli, Colossus. This is going to be absolutely huge. Can Goldline hold here or not is going to be the big question, because Goldline right now, his 4 town centers, is absolutely huge in this game. However, he hasn't really done any damage to Demantus, and Demantus is ready to go here. He needs 1 more Heliopoli, I would assume. I don't see any sort of I was going to say I don't see any sort of Pegasus, but he doesn't need a Pegasus, because he is going straight away onto this location. He spots the villagers of player, going to be trying to take player out here, as Mechanics is grabbing this town center for himself. There's the Ceasefire getting dropped onto this location. The villagers can pop through here and start spamming buildings in onto this location here. He's got himself 6 villagers here ready to spam. He gets himself another Heliopoli. Another one is coming through here. Still no Colossus coming in, but we do see Horus on the way for Goldline here, and that's going to be potentially used on that underworld passage to take that one down. He could utilize it elsewhere as well, as Matrius and Squash are going to be squaring up over here. We do see some hoplites coming in, as the Migdol Stronghold is through, and Squash is in the Squash is in the Mythic age right now. He is very, very big moving forward in this game. Matris is going to have a very difficult time to defend against this one, as the military academies are getting dropped through onto this location. There's a bit of a Locust getting dropped onto this spot here, trying to prevent the temple from going up. I think a little bit of a waste there from from Gold Lion, but the town center getting taken down here. We see Masons coming through onto this position here as the army moving in for Gold Lion. Here we do see the restorations getting dropped by player and by Demantis here as the town center is going to be getting held. We've got a little bit of lag coming through as the army pushing through here. There's the tornado getting dropped onto the underworld passage. The town center here looks like it will be surviving for the time being as a third Heliopolis does move through. But while this is going on, look at this. 4 siege towers are currently tearing down player's base as player is in a very, very difficult position moving forward. 4 siege towers rolling in here to take this town center down. Everything is coming through onto this position and Matrius has to click ceasefire. This is an absolute nightmare for UCA. UCA loses their underworld. UCA doesn't have a fortress over here. They can throw a temple down and make Colossus in onto this position, but we've got Heliopoli coming through, and now there needs to be some sort of an attempt to help out Matrius, who is getting he might be able to hold here, but he's in a very, very difficult position. He's got his Polyphemus, or Squash has got his Polyphemus out. The Polyphemus is coming through for Matrius as Matrius moves through onto this position. We do see the Horus coming through though for Mechanics though, so this push is not over just yet. In fact, a tornado on this town center will actually be able to, will it be able to kill this? I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be able to kill this one just yet, as these villagers still trying to spam military buildings up everywhere. Demantis is making so many buildings here. He comes into the very corner of the map to drop the temple there, as Mechanics does decide to drop the tornado onto this location. He's going to be taking down a whole bunch of buildings here as the siege towers can roll through here and take this one out. This is very, very tense. F2 and F2 versus UCA in this game, still equal scores here as the military buildings getting taken down. We see architects coming through for player, but these siege towers should be able to clean this town center up regardless of architects, as in fact that does come through, but the town center will be falling nonetheless here in this game as the cavalry swinging through into this position, going to be taking down all of the villagers over here as player does retreat those back. Players now back onto one town center as he loses this one here. We will be seeing the villagers moving forward, the Avenger coming through as well, more military buildings coming up onto this position as Mechanics might be thinking about going through in onto Spearmen here as Gold Lion's picking up this rock, going to be looking for some rock raids. Meanwhile, we see the mercenary cavalry trying to push through this location over here as Gold Lion says, well, maybe I should just attack Demantis' home base here. But Demantis, he's got himself Heliopoli up the wazoo here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a technical term, holding this one beautifully. Meanwhile, Squash still pushing through over here. We do see that the Sentinels has been dropped over here, but there's just not that many units to defend here, and Squash is just too far in front of Matrius. But the question is, who is going to die first? Is player going to die first here in this game, or is Matrius going to die first in this game as the Avengers swinging through here? We do see that the temple is up, but Demantis is giving up on this location over here as the Avenger is cleaning up everything here. The siege tower is pushing through here. The town center on the way with just one villager. There's 2 villagers here actually now as the Pharaoh comes through. The priest going to be empowering this one up as Mechanics is going to want to grab that as soon as he possibly can. These villagers all need to come through onto this position. More catapult are starting to come through here to take down these buildings of player. As we see the priest attempting to take down that Colossus over here. There is a Avenger that can be used to clean that one up as well. We are starting to see some Prodromus coming through here to clean up the siege here as player is defending this one nicely. As we see the military buildings getting taken down over here. The Prodromus trying to delay this town center from going up, but I'm not sure he's quite going to be able to do that here as the Colossus does get taken down. We've got the fortress coming up as well. Meanwhile, over here, still not really able to push through. This is a Hephaestus Hades, and while Demantis is only on 2 town centers here, he's got such high quality units in this game. The Heliopoli, the Toxotes. We do see that these Patsukos are going to be doing tons of damage, so Demantis needs to get something happening here as the town center has fallen for for Matrius here, as Squash is going to continue to push through here as best as he possibly can. Squash's Poseidon absolutely insane in this game as that town center is almost up there. We see the catapult trying to push through here as well, trying to take the markets down and everything else. We see the house getting taken down here, as well as Mechanics is doing his best to just clean this all up We do see the Heliopolis out for play. He's going to be attempting to hold this as best as he can. Mechanics, does he have a trade route set up? Yes, he does. So he will be able to start spamming trade very, very soon. But he is 5 town centers, so he needs to effectively be at something like 130 villages to be able to support just the 5 town centers worth of population. And then he needs a little bit more if he wants to be spamming mercenary here in this game, as Matris is doing his best to hold on here, as he can't realistically retreat all too much. He needs more buildings to get in those free militia to hold against the might of Squash here, but Squash is just unrelenting here. He's continuing to push. Meanwhile, over here, we are seeing the town center has been torn down here. Matrius' Silver Colossus coming through to help out here. We see Gold Colossus through actually for Matrius here as well, as it looks like Demantis might be able to grab this town center back for himself, as the catapult are slowly but surely going to be taking down Player's town center. Over here, 1 catapult remaining, as Player has managed to pick off that there, as more spearmen coming through onto this position. We are starting to see some towers getting thrown down by Mechanics here, as he is doing his best to get in here. This catapult is still getting good damage done, but there's so many villagers repairing this, but that means Player's not gathering resources here. How can Player make anything in this game, as he is so far behind? The Ra in this game, Mechanics is doing such a crazy good job here to push through. You've got to pull those spearmen back and utilize them onto the Heliopoli here, as Mechanics, Player does realize he can pick off the siege here with his own Heliopolis. Nice play there, good micro there by Mechanics to pull back ever so slightly as the villagers come through to deal with that one there, as we have seen Squash has pulled back, and we see a Shifting Sands coming through by Goldline. That's a beautiful play there by F2 coming in to take this town center down. Beautiful, beautiful play here as the hoplites coming through onto the back here to deal with this. This is going to give Matris a lot of relief over here, as we do see a bit of a Shifting Sands here from Mechanics here to pull Matrius in onto this position, but the town center has fallen, and the push here has been thwarted for the time being. But while this is going on, Demantis is going to be having a little bit of fun here. Now we are seeing this Colossus going to be attempting to heal itself back up, as this Theseus is doing a lot of damage though. The Pharaoh here for Goldline getting very much out of position and getting sniped down. The Theseus will go down, and this Colossus will get back up to full HP after eating that Goldline there. As the barracks over here getting taken down, the villagers pushing through here, going to grab this town center for themselves. As Player, he's going to effectively need to be fed into this game, but Player, he's never out of this game. We see the Pegasus coming through, and guess what? We've got an Underworld. He doesn't need to use it for himself. He can give it to Squash. Squash can do whatever he needs to do with it. Squash now coming back over onto this position, trying to get some more damage done. We'll see if Team F2 can get this town center for themselves or not in this game. We see some more military buildings coming down for Player here, as he's happily grabbing gold over on this location, moving through here with his villagers, looking for more safe locations to sit, as the Chariot Archers coming through here, trying to get as much damage done as they possibly can. More Heliopoli coming through for Player here on this position, but Demantis here, he's kind of getting hit with a brick wall. But the thing is though, that these priests, they're Ra priests, they're not that good against the Gold Colossus, and both Goldline and Mechanics decided here to go through Horus here in this game instead of Osiris. So these Colossus are going to be absolutely gigantic in this game, as the Colossus, look how slow it's getting picked off here. 1500 HP, it stays alive forever against 7 priests. It's absolutely insane here. As we do see a Underworld has been dropped over here, as Squash is saying it's time to go Blitzkrieg here. He's got himself 5 Heliopoli. He's got himself a Colossus. The town center of Mechanics is going down. There is no saving this one for the time being here, as Squash pushing through here as well. We are going to be seeing Matrius coming in onto this position to try and take this one out, as Squash does decide to dip ever so slightly here to try and kill off that Heliopolis, as the town center does end up falling here. We've got a wall coming down for Player, trying to hold this location as best as he possibly can. Player is so smart with these with these underworlds as we see towers coming through for Squash. He's throwing up his military academy. There is nothing over here at this point. Meanwhile, this town center here is still getting held here by player as he is doing his darndest to hold on this location. The villagers trying to get this towers set up here as well, as the towers are going to be taken down. Meanwhile, the underworld has been cleaned up, though. The villagers have gotten through. Watchtowers will get up, but there's only 5 villagers here, ladies and gentlemen, as the siege towers or the Heliopolis trying to push in to Demanta's base. We'll see if he's going to be able to take out the fortified town center or not, but that's a very, very sad underworld there from Team F2. They needed that to get more damage done here, but hasn't happened all too much here just yet, as the villagers still trying to push through, as it looks like player is somehow, some way holding against a 3 town center Ra here in this game. He's made himself a pacifist, he's made himself Heliopolis, he's pushing back. Mechanics has to fall all the way back here, as the watchtowers getting dropped in onto this position. Mercenary coming through here to help out, as the villagers for Squash sitting idly by, as Squash trying to push through here. We do have Matrius throwing towers up everywhere. Look at this beautiful, beautiful Petropolis ball here coming through to take down Squash's fortress here. He will kill that off, but this will be more militia to come through here to take out those Petropolis. It's just classic Poseidon things here, ladies and gentlemen. As the militia are going to be taking out those Petropolis, as they do all pull back. We're going to be seeing the guard towers getting taken down on this location, as player, he's getting his town center back. He's gotten a ton of Heliopoli out here. The villagers are in on this position. Mechanics is getting his town center back over here as the units are getting taken down. So player, effectively, he needs to push through here. He needs to take this town center down and get it back for himself. The thing that player has done so well in this game that you might not have realized after he was getting absolutely clogged by mechanics and demanders in this game is that he effectively saved all of his villagers here, ladies and gentlemen. He effectively saved all of his villagers, so he's actually not that far behind when all things considered, because he's still sitting at like 80-ish villagers. So he's able to support all these Heliopoli beautifully here, trying to push through. Now, the problem, though, is going to be Gold Lion trying to hold against a Hades, a fully souped up Hades here. Gold Lion is not close to the level of strong that Demantis is, and this is going to be everything. So we got a very, very close fight over here for player versus mechanics. Mechanics does have the 4-2 town center advantage, but we've got Hephaestus versus Horus, which does lend itself to the advantage of the Hades player ever so slightly here, as all these military buildings will be going down as Mechanics gets his town center back, gets his villagers back to work. No problems there. Villagers for Matrius looking like they're moving forward, trying to find something to do here, as Squash is still trying to push through on this location here. He hasn't found any real ability to kind of get any advantage here, as we do see Gold Lion decides it's time to go Titans. Demantis and Mechanics are both saying exactly the same thing. We'll see if Squash can get there as well in the near future here, as the catapult is going to be taking down the town center on this location here. As the Heliopoli, they're trying to hold on to this location, but it looks like Mechanics has still got enough of an advantage here. It looks like he's still got enough of an advantage to kind of push through. I'm not sure what else he's doing, but he is managing to cut off a little bit of a trade here, trying to push through on this location. If you can get through here and get into this spot here, you can really, really hurt that trade route, as well as the Titan Gate does get thrown down over on this location. Squash still trying to push through here. He's not really finding the advantage that he needs to. Now, generally in these kind of positions, when you're like kind of wedged in by yourself, you want to go Petropolis. You want to set up towers. So you start with Heliopolis, you throw up towers, and then you go into Petropolis. But Squash hasn't quite thrown up the towers just yet, so his Petropolis are getting cleaned up ever so slightly here. Meanwhile, town center over here still getting taken down, as Mechanics is getting a lot of damage done over here. The Heliopoli or the Petropolis are trying to snipe down those enemy catapult there as best as he possibly can here, as the Titan Gate now coming down for Mechanics. This might Mechanics thinks he can empower the Yeah, mechanics thinks you can empower the Titan Gate. No, you can't empower the Titan Gate. I think that was changed. I don't know how long ago. Maybe even on 1.03, it was changed way back then. As we see the watchtowers getting taken down, the catapults here getting the town center taken down as well. But Demantis is also managing to push through Gold Lion here. He's gotten the gas Jaffitis out. He's killing off the town center. He's killing off the towers. Mechanics is not mechanics. Gold Lion is falling here to the might of Demantis. Demantis is Hades, as Demantis is really showing why Hades is just such a ridiculously strong god in these team games. Incredible play here from Demantis as he's pulling his gas Graffiti back ever so slightly. We see the Baluster Tower going down here, and now Squash pushing in onto this position here, going straight after this town center. The Heliopoli gets taken down. The tower's getting taken down as well over here, but Demantis getting 4 town centers is a no-go. You cannot allow Demantis to get 4 town centers here. Mechanics going back up to 5 town centers here, as well as player is just not able to hold here against the might of Mechanics. Mechanics has got all of these chariot archers out, doing everything that he needs to do. We've got 4 catapults rolling through. We've also got an attempt at some walls over here. As Squash, he's just not been able to break through Matrius. Matrius has been sitting 2 town centers for so long here, but this is just what makes Matrius so good. He just doesn't die. And that's all you need to do, as we see Demantis now gets his Titan out, and this could be game over for F2. Squash has not even thought about a Titan just yet. The Titan here just about out for Mechanics, or not for Mechanics, I should say for Gold Lion here, as he's up now, but we see the Titan coming through for Mechanics. I think this Titan should definitely be sent to try and hold this town center against his opponent here. As the unit's still pushing through here, we are seeing Mechanics attempting to grab this town center. Yet again, he's got a handful of villagers plus the Pharaoh, but there's 3 Petropoli here. Just throw towers up. Just throw towers up. You don't need to get the town center. You're never going to get it up against player. He's going to continue to keep that down as much as he can, as Gold Lion now pushing out of his base with this Titan. Tons of towers coming up over here for Gold Lion. Is Gold Lion going to be able to do what he did last game? Get a wonder up and hold? I don't think that's going to be the case here. UCA is not going to be allowing that one in this game, as this town center is just about to get up, but the Titan gets in here just barely there. Just barely. That must have been a 99% there, as Gold Lion says, not today, Demantis. Maybe a little bit later, but not today, as the Titan is wandering through here. And we'll see how things are going to be going here, as well as the town center of Matrius is starting to get taken down. There is Secrets of the Titans coming through here as the villagers get pulled off here to try and take this Heliopoli down. It does wedge them in between these houses. Nice play there from Matrius in order to hold this one off just a little bit longer, and the Titan Age will be able to get through for Matrius. Look at this. This Petropolis can just move in onto these trees, break this location down. No problem here, as we do see Gold Lion. He is retreating away for some reason. Oh, he turns, and that's going to be huge for Demantis. He's on the enemy Titan. He gets a huge advantage there. We see the town center is attempting to go up for Gold Lion here as fast as it possibly can, but the Heliopoli managed to get in here in time, defending that one there as more towers are coming up, and this town center is not going up, going to get up for Gold Lion here just yet. Meanwhile, the town center over here looks like it will be coming through for Mechanics. There's no siege left for player at this point, as more towers are coming through here. Mechanics playing this one nicely. There's the Titan up for Mechanics. He's going to have to send that one forward here. We'll see what he's going to be able to do with that there, as the Titans here. We've got ourselves 750 HP remaining, or 700 HP remaining on this Titan. But look at this. The Polyphemus just does so much damage to the Titan. That 5 crush damage plus the multiplier versus myth units just allows the Titan, or allows the Polyphemus just to do so much damage against that Titan there. As more villagers pushing through here, going to grab this town center very shortly, I'm sure, as the Titan is now just about up for Squash. This town center is still managing to hold on somehow, some way, as Matrius is trying to shoot down the Silver Colossus with his Hippolyta. We'll be able to do that there, as the Titan is on the way now for Matrius. As we see this, where is this Titan going to be going? Maybe he can move in and get a little bit of damage done. Maybe he should just get the 20 population back here, as we see the town center now coming up for Demantis. He's got 22 villagers on this one. Mechanics is 5 town centers now moving through here, finally being able to break through player. So many catapults coming in onto this position here, as player is doing his darndest to hold here, but he is just not able to hold here any longer, ladies and gentlemen. Guard towers come through, the catapults manage to take down the town center, and player is not going to be able to continue in this game anymore. Mechanics has cleaned him out. Squash not able to make any real movement happen here. Squash sending his Titan over onto this location. We've got 6 Petropolis coming through here, and player in that moment decides to tap out. Gold Lion and Squash tap out there, as well as Yuka manage to level the series 1-1 here in this game. What an insane game here by Yuka, somehow, some way managing to win this one here. This was such a crazy advantage that F2 had in the early game here. 3 town center Gold Line, 3 town center player. We had a 2 town center Squash who had found a really big advantage over Matrius, but the timing from Demantis, the 2 town center timing from Demantis was so big brain play here that it completely distracted player and then allowed Mechanics to really hit a huge 2 town center timing push on this 4 town center. And that, in conjunction with Demantis' 2 town center timing push, just completely gave Yuka all the advantage they needed to completely upset that economic advantage that F2 had there. If you take a good look at this, we're going to see a whole bunch of, look at that resources attributed number there from Squash, 1,800 here in this game. If we take a look at this all resources total, this will tell the story here. Look at the slight advantage here of you can't really see it here, but at like 11 minutes or something, the slight advantage of F2. This is what we were talking about. It's kind of like 3,000 resources advantage at 10 minutes is a big deal, but the timing attack just completely flipped that on its side there, and it allowed Yuka to come back. Look at that, somehow F2's resources just so far in front of Yuka, but it doesn't matter at that point, because Yuka gets the dub. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.